like to join us, we would love to have that opportunity to spend some time with those individuals that would like to learn a little bit more about Numi or about the incredible breakthrough product called NutraSwish and Numi Skin. So with that being said, everybody, we're just going to get started in just a couple of seconds. I know that we'd received some great feedback on our call from Tuesday. Sherman let us know that we needed to definitely do the same type of call again. So we're excited to do that and give a little bit of an overview on Steve's trip down to Mexico City, along with Ryan, our VP and Chief Strategy Officer. So with that being said, I am excited to have everybody here today. My name is Aaron Rennert. I'm the President and CEO of Numi, and I am thrilled to be able to host this with you today and be your MC. I like doing it because I like the opportunity to spend some time and to talk a little bit about how I ended up here and how Steve Scott influenced my decision on so many levels. But with that being said, you know, I was with a very, very large company in a lot of countries previously, about a year ago, a little over a year ago, and I received a text message, probably like a lot of you, where I received this text message. Somebody asked if I'd be willing to talk to this person by the name of Steve Scott, learn a little bit more about his company and his vision, his strategy, his direction for this company and where he wanted to take it. And would I be willing to chat with him about maybe consulting or maybe taking a position if the fit was right? So I said, sure. Went down, met with Steve Scott, spent about literally 2.5 hours learning everything I could possibly learn and probably never retain in regards to glutathione, in regards to Steve Scott's incredible background, his experience, some of the products that he brought to market, some of the people that he worked with, and some of those individuals that he had gotten to know very, very well. Well, the key thing that struck out to me were a couple of things, actually. One of them was the fact that Steve talked about partnering and the importance of partnering and effective partnering. And I thought, you know what, that is something that I believe in strongly. So that was an easy checkbox to check off. The other one was based on a breakthrough product. And here I was listening to Steve Scott talk about all of the products that he had brought to market, all of the advanced breakthroughs that he had developed, that he had identified, that his team and his staff had identified to bring to market and to give people an opportunity to have those products. And so here he was, a guy that a lot of the companies or a lot of the products that you're aware of, you'll be able to learn a little bit more about those today and hear about Steve's background. But it was the fact that he believed that the breakthrough product that he had developed over the course of the last 4 years, 3 or 4 years, and really a culmination of events from 2006 that led him to the point of today where he is. I said, I'm in. I absolutely love breakthrough products. I love things that are novel, things that are unique, things that nobody else has, nobody else can get to, nobody else can get their hands on unless they come to Numi or to another company with the same or a different breakthrough, but their breakthrough. But folks, I got so enamored with this and I got so excited. And what I realized is that we had something that nobody else has. We have a technology with a delivery system that nobody else has. And as a result, we're doing things in the world that nobody else can. And with that being said, I think it's time. Right now is the important time to introduce our founder, Stephen K. Scott. Steve, take it away.
There we go. Thank you, Aaron. And it is exciting. This call is going to be a little different than normal because we're going to talk about a couple extra things. A few months ago, I was invited to speak to the International Congress of Anti-Aging Medicine. And so Ryan and I flew down to Mexico City, and I spoke to about 250 anti-aging doctors. This included plastic surgeons, dermatologists. It included doctors that focus on the immune system, integrative specialists, and just the amazing collection of doctors. I was blown away. They were from all over Latin America. It was really exciting. And so what happened was we ended up having an event and we jammed the place. We were the most popular subject, I think. And somebody had an exhibit on us. And while other people were hoping somebody would drop by, our exhibit was nonstop. The entire conference was jammed. Doctors signing up, clinics signing up, estheticians, dermatologists, wellness centers, even a college or two of medicine signed up. In fact, the host of the entire conference, the guy who puts it on and sells all the booths, there were over 100 exhibitors there. And the guy that did the whole thing signed up and is now a NUMI distributor. And what's been so cool is these doctors would sign up, and they would sign up as NUMI reps or NUMI family members, as we call them. And then they would sign their clinics up under the PRP program. And so it was just amazing. And the amazing thing was they all knew about glutathione, but they didn't quite know as much as what they thought they knew. And that's not a fair statement. I've had 14 years of interacting with medical scientists and focusing on glutathione. And a lot of these doctors, maybe 5, 6 years, 7 years, but it's not their only focus. It's one tiny part of their practice. And they all were focused, believe it or not, on IV glutathione. So when I gave some facts about IV glutathione, it kind of shocked their world. I said, first of all, according to Stanford University scientists, when you give IV glutathione, even though IV glutathione enters the bloodstream, the blood instantly breaks it down to glycine, glutamate, and L-cysteine. And what really gets delivered to the cells is the L-cysteine. So they're not even delivering glutathione. It gets into the cell, and then the whole thing has to be reconstituted by the cell. And so there's quite a bit of inefficiency. The other thing they were shocked about was the half-life of glutathione once it gets into the cell is only 90 minutes. So an IV glutathione that people pay hundreds of dollars for, you get about 6 hours of real effectiveness. And by the 24th hour, the effectiveness is way down. By 48 hours, it's way down. So to really be consistently effective, a person would have to get an IV every other day or every day. And that was shocking to them. Nobody debated it. They came up to me afterwards and said, I can't even believe what I learned today. And they didn't know a lot of some of the facts about glutathione that I'm going to tell you right now. And they flooded us, the entire conference, in between sessions. And even while general sessions were going on, our exhibit, which was clear at the back of the exhibit hall, was jammed, while most other exhibits didn't have hardly anybody while the sessions were going on. After the sessions, there'd be more activity, but we were always swamped. I would say we probably had as many people at our exhibit as any 10 exhibits, maybe any 20 exhibits at the show. There were probably about 120 exhibits there, companies that were exhibiting. Everything from collagen companies and glutathione companies and all sorts of stuff. It went so well, we were invited to another conference we'll be doing now, anti-aging, in October in Mexico City. But it was so exciting, I can't even tell you. But let me tell those of you who have never heard about glutathione a little bit about glutathione. Glutathione is the body manufactures. It's manufactured by every cell in the body, and the work it performs can't be performed by any other molecule. It is your body's miracle molecule. How you get through your day physically, dependent on glutathione. How you get through your evening, dependent on glutathione. How you go through your day mentally and emotionally, dependent on glutathione. How fast you fatigue mentally and physically, dependent on glutathione. It impacts everything. How long you live, how early you become vulnerable to the 78 disease classes of aging, how fast you age. It's all glutathione dependent. So let me give you a couple meaningful specifics, as my friend Zig Ziglar used to say. Number one, there'd be no oxygen-based life on Earth without glutathione. No trees, no plants, no birds, no fish, no animals, and of course, no people. For people, here's what happens. When our body manufactures hemoglobin, the red blood cells, the whole purpose of hemoglobin is to bind with oxygen and deliver oxygen to every cell, every tissue, every muscle, every organ in the body. Problem is, when hemoglobin is manufactured, it has the wrong electric magnetic charge. And it can't bind to glutathione. It's like trying to bring north poles of magnets together, okay? Just doesn't happen. So the hemoglobin molecule has to be reduced to what's called a positive 2. And when that reduction takes place, then it binds to oxygen and does its duty. Guess what the sole reduction agent for hemoglobin is? You got it, glutathione. Without glutathione, there'd be no oxygen transfer. You'd take that nice deep breath of air, and guess what? It'd stay in your lungs. It would never go anywhere. And you'd be dead within a few minutes, okay, without glutathione. So that's just one of 400 functions glutathione performs. Another one, it is the sole protector of the mitochondrial DNA. Why is that important? Well, as long as the mitochondrial DNA maintains its integrity, the cell can't mutate. But when its integrity is compromised or the DNA is broken, then the cell can mutate. None of us want our cells to mutate, okay? God made them perfect. He never intended that they mutate. And glutathione is the sole protector of the mitochondrial DNA. How does it protect it? Well, every cell in our body has chemical toxins. The CDC, I know they've lost credibility to a lot of people, but the CDC, clear back in the late 90s, tested 2,000 people for 143 industrial chemicals. They wanted to find out how many chemicals does the average American carry around in their body? Do they carry around 10 of those 143, 50, 75? What do they carry around? Well, they were so shocked by the results, they didn't publicize it. Every single person, all 2,000 people, carried all 143 industrial chemicals in their body. Not good. Then they tested a few years later umbilical cords to see how many of 200 industrial chemicals end up in the fetus that we carry and deliver into beautiful little babies. I just had 2 new grandchildren in the last few months. And how many of those industrial chemicals do they carry around? They tested for 200. Every single umbilical cord had all 200. So we have a major problem with industrial chemicals right out of the womb. And so glutathione is the primary detoxifier of the cell. It has this sticky self-hydromolecule that is kind of like flypaper. It attaches to the chemical and escorts it out of the cell. Critical function. And as the chemical load in the cells decline, the integrity of the mitochondrial DNA is maintained for a longer period of time. Glutathione is the sole protector of the immune system. We all learned in the last few years how important our immune system is. It's what protects us from viral and bacterial insults. And but what protects the immune system? It's glutathione. When we have high glutathione levels, our T cells, which are the assassins that target the bacteria or virus, they can reproduce rapidly. When we have lower glutathione levels, those same T cells reproduce slowly, while the virus or bacteria is reproducing rapidly. So we want to increase the reproduction of T cells because they're the guys that take out the bad guys. And that's dependent on glutathione. Another thing that glutathione is best known for is its antioxidant value. Now, we've all heard of antioxidants: vitamin C, vitamin E, superoxide dismutase catalase, CoQ10, and so on. Now, the way an antioxidant works, every cell in our body is attacked 10 to 20,000 times a day by free radicals. And free radicals are a thief or a scavenger. What they do is they want to steal an electron from the cell. And when they steal that electron, it damages the cell. It creates oxidative stress in the cell. That oxidative stress creates inflammation. And it also accelerates the aging of the cells, tissues, organs, and us as a whole. So accelerated aging is driven by oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is driven by free radical attacks on the cell. Well, an antioxidant is designed to donate. Who designed it? God did. Okay, sorry for those of you that don't believe in God, but God designed our glutathione and other antioxidants to donate one of their electrons to the free radical. And when they do, it sequesters or neutralizes that free radical so it can't do damage. Amazing. And so like I said, we've all heard about vitamin C, vitamin E, etc. And they're good, but glutathione is the first thing your cell looks for because it is 1,000,000 times more powerful, at least that's what I've heard a couple scientists say, than vitamin C or vitamin E. But look at what it does. When vitamin E or vitamin C or any other antioxidant, but those two in particular, when they discharge an electron to sequester a free radical, they're spent. It's like they had one bullet in the chamber, it's gone, and now they can't defend anymore. They can't take out any more free radicals. Well, guess what? Glutathione recycles vitamin C and vitamin E up to 5 times. So that's like it gives them 5 more bullets to take out 5 more free radicals. And therefore, vitamin or glutathione makes vitamin C and vitamin E a lot more productive in the fight against free radicals. Glutathione, and here's why it's your body's miracle molecule, it recycles itself. Wow. That's like an engine. Imagine a car engine that kept producing fuel. Never needed to be refueled at a gas station, but for its life, however long its life, it could reproduce more fuel. Glutathione reloads itself. It recycles itself over and 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 over again. So many times science can't put a number on it. Okay. Now, why is it called the master antioxidant? Not because it's 1,000,000 times more powerful than vitamin C. In fact, if you have low glutathione levels, it won't even let vitamin C or vitamin E into the cell. So you just discharge them, you eliminate them through your waste. But if you have higher glutathione levels, the cells say, come on in, and then glutathione does its work with the antioxidants to recycle them. Well, glutathione, like I said, recycles itself. But here's what you have to remember. There's a continuum of free radicals, and each one is different. Each one has a different source, different structure, different chemical composition, and each antioxidant, other than glutathione, can take out one type, but it can't take any of the others in the spectrum. Okay, so vitamin C might take out that one, but it doesn't have anything to do with the others. Vitamin E might take out that one, but it doesn't have anything to do with any of the others. Glutathione is called the master antioxidant because it can sequester and neutralize all antioxidants, regardless of their structure, composition, or source. That makes it your master antioxidant. It's like the difference between a hotel key that opens your room, right? The other day when Ryan and I were in Mexico City, I couldn't remember my room number, and I started putting my key against other doors, and the red light would come on, move to the next door, red light would come on, next door, red light would come on. Wouldn't open any other doors. I finally get 2007, or what was it? 1807. And boom, the green light goes on. I hear the little click and I can get into my room. On the other hand, a master key, a friend of mine owns a hotel chain, and he has a master key to each of his hotels. And some of them have like 400 or 500 rooms, but his master key will open any room. It'll open the accounting office. It will open the safe. I mean, it's good for everything. One master key, and he alone has that master key. Well, that's what glutathione is. It is the master antioxidant. Dr. Oz called it the antioxidant you've never heard of, that is our answer, basically our answer to the diseases, helping to prevent the diseases that scare us the most, that are the most dreaded diseases. 78 disease classes of aging. Free radicals create the oxidative stress that accelerates our aging. Glutathione is designed to reduce oxidative stress by sequestering free radicals. Now, quick question that I asked the conference: do you want to age? Do you want to be younger longer, or do you want to get older faster? That's a simple choice. Now, I'll be 74 in a couple weeks, and right now I'm just as active as I was in my 20s and 30s. What I love is that when any of my 14 grandkids come over, they don't come see Grandpa in a chair that's like this. Hi, Grandpa, it's me. Do you recognize me? Yes. No, I put them on my shoulders. I learned to fly when I was 17 years old. And this is the stick, and they fly the jet, pull back, we go up, push down, we go that way, left bank, right bank. And I love that. I love playing with my grandkids. And I don't want to lose that. I want to keep the vitality I have. I don't know if I'll ever be able to retire. God didn't make me that way, but I want to be able to be active mentally, physically. I write books in the middle of the night, and I want my mind 100%. Glutathione, what are some of the things that it does? Well, it delays the onset. When you raise your levels, it delays the onset of fatigue, both mental and physical, and so on. Well, the problem is glutathione levels decline as we age, 10 to 15% a decade. So a 50-year-old would have 30% less glutathione than they had at the age of 20, but the assault on the cells never goes down. So it's fighting the battles with less defensive ability. And that's why we see the 78 diseases of aging gain entry, and why we become vulnerable to those is we just don't have the bullets in the gun anymore. Okay. And so it declines. So let's all go to the health food store and buy glutathione capsules, right? Wrong. Why? Because glutathione, when it hits the stomach, breaks down. It's a real fragile molecule. Well, let's buy the precursing rate limiting amino acid that your body can't get enough of. Cysteine. Yeah, wrong again, because cysteine, like glutathione, is very fragile. The stomach breaks it down. Now, people have come up with ways in the past to try to get more cysteine through the digestive system to raise glutathione levels, because when it gets in the cell, it does raise glutathione levels. And some of them have been successful. Most of them have not. But some, honestly, have been wonderful patented inventions that do. But it's kind of an inefficient way. Why? Because it has to get through the gut, be delivered to the cells, and then it has to, once it's in the cell, it migrates to the cytoplasm, where it's combined with the other two amino acids, glutamate and glycine. And then your cell, through a 100-step electrochemical process, puts all that together and gives us this glorious miracle molecule. So it takes a little time, it's a little inefficient, but it works. Some of them works. Now, if you see liposomal glutathione, liposomal cysteine, that will get, either one of those liposomes will get more through the gut, but not a lot through the gut. And adding a fat, that's what a liposome is. It surrounds the molecule with fat to get it through the gut, runs the risk of creating a bigger particle, and your cells are very, very tiny. The average cell is 100 nanometers. Porosity in the cells about 10 nanometers, and big things don't go in. And the other thing is, if a liposome does get in, what does your cell do with the fat? Lipids are not water soluble. So they hang out in the cell for the life of the cell and can become like a sponge for the toxins, chemical toxins in the cell. So now you got a double problem. So we're not real keen on lipids. Well, I was approached by some nanoscientists years ago, and in 2017 started working on it full time. What would happen if we could make the particle sizes of glutathione and L-cysteine so tiny that they would instantly absorb into our bloodstream through the mucous membranes and under the tongue and the venous cavity as we hold it under our tongue. What would happen if we did that? Well, we wouldn't have to worry about the gut, okay, because it'd go right into the blood. That's what we developed in 2018. And we started working with clinics and so on and seeing amazing results. It was crazy. It was in the cell, in the bloodstream instantly. And according to one scientist at the University of Utah, because of the particle size, because it doesn't use a lipid, what we do, we've created a way to take ultra pure water that's 30 to 40% more pure than even a hospital IV, and create water envelopes around our particles. And that's what delivers it. And consequently, according to this scientist, we're out of the bloodstream in about 70 seconds. It's that rapid of a delivery. I mean, it's crazy. And you feel it and you experience it. In fact, we had one athlete who had an 8-hour endurance event where it's nonstop pedaling up and down 5 different mountains, 13,000 feet of gain. And you swish our product like a mouthwash for 30 seconds, 60 seconds, whatever, hold it under your tongue for a little bit and then swallow it. Well, he did that before the race, during the race, he swished every hour, because remember, the half-life of glutathione is about 90 minutes. He did it every hour for this horrible, grueling event. And at 48 years old, he was just there to enjoy the scenery. He ended up on the medals platform. And he said, I wasn't even trying. He said, I never went into a deep deficit, but that he said, it just was like a reset button mentally and physically every hour. And he was shocked when they said his name and he came up on the platform. Went home, he took some after the race, went home, he felt so refreshed. He did the family laundry, the dishes, he cleaned his equipment. He still had so much focus, he was able to lay out his to-do list for the week ahead. Now, there's no stimulant in it, so there's nothing that keeps you awake or rattled or high like that. You just don't run down until you're ready to go night-night. So that was that. We gave it to an athlete who was a weightlifter. He was toward the end of his career. He was 59 years old. He had set the world record in the bench press when he was 49 in 2008. He benched 804 pounds. And then it was downhill till about at 59, he was doing 700 pounds, which he couldn't compete with the elite guys anymore. We sent him the product, and in 6 months, as a 59-year-old, he went to 915 pounds because he could work out heavy, as he calls it. Instead of once a week, the recovery was so fast, he could work out heavy 4 to 5 times a week. 6 months later, as a 60-year-old, he set a new world record at 1,050 pounds. And then he just retired this year at 62 and set another world record at 1,129.8 pounds. You're not supposed to increase weight and work out in efficiency and productivity as you get older, but that's exactly what Bill Gillespie did. And he was drug tested at every meet. By the way, he's no slouch. He was strength and conditioning coach for the Seattle Seahawks. So anyway, that happened. Another athlete that we gave the product to, because we know that we will enhance athletic performance in a wonderful way, because your heart, your muscles, everything that's working is creating oxidative stress and desperately wants more glutathione. So by getting our nano product in there, we're giving your major muscle groups, your lungs, your heart, everything they need to deal with the oxidative stress that's created by the event. And one of our athletes was in a 100-mile cycling race, and she broke her personal record at the first 35 miles. And it was her first time of use on the product was that week. And in the next 35-mile leg, about 3 or 4 miles into it, she was in an accident. Her bike went end over end, hit the pavement so hard it broke her helmet, knocked her out, gave her a massive concussion. And her face hit the pavement at 22 miles an hour. Well, she got home on Tuesday night. The race was on. She was hospitalized starting Saturday. And she thought, hey, this stuff is nano. I'll pour some on a cotton ball. And she did it on all the affected areas. And she did it once on Tuesday night, then 3 times Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. and the plastic surgeon said it would take 5 weeks to clear. Well, guess what? By Sunday, her face was completely cleared. The plastic surgeon had never seen anything like it. When I saw the pictures, I thought, oh my gosh, we've got the world's best skincare product. I had owned skincare companies. I had Cher as one celebrity. I had Kathy Lee as another one, Meredith Baxter Burney as another one, even Angie Dickinson a long time ago. And what I hated about skincare, even though I sold hundreds of millions of dollars worth of it, even good products, you couldn't see a difference. So I put some of our product in spray bottles, sent it out to some friends. This is 2018, 3 years before we started Numi. And I said, spray your face 5 times a day. Do that for 4 weeks, 8 weeks, and let's see what kind of before and afters we got. Well, the before and afters came, and they were amazing. I had never seen anything like it. In fact, my formulator, who was a senior vice president of the company that created Botox, when he saw the pictures, he called me instantly, Steve, we've never seen anything like this. Look at that. What are you doing? I mean, it doesn't look like she got rid of a few wrinkles, yet it looks like she had a facelift. And look at how much brighter her skin is. And it opened up her eyes. And look at all the inflammation, the sagginess is all gone. And Sherry she's, by the way, a Numi Diamond now, but she was in shock. Her sister who looked at it was in shock. And so we spread it around. Let's look at a few more pictures. Go to the left. There we go. This was a woman's hand in Australia where you get terrible sun damage. Sprayed her hand 3, 4, or 5 times a day for 6 or 7 weeks. Look at the difference. And that's the kind of thing we started seeing all over the place. Let's go down. This woman's from Australia. She's a Numi associate. And that's 30 days. And of course, she tattooed her eyebrows and lips. We had nothing to do with that. But look at the difference. She said, the only problem, she said, my skin looks smoother, brighter, healthier, tighter. Look how much tighter it looks. It narrowed her face. In fact, she said, the only problem I have is everybody saying, how did you lose your weight? And I didn't lose any weight. And that was in 30 days. Look at the ones next to us. This woman owns, she's an esthetician and owns her own skincare salon in Miami, Florida. And that was 8 days. And she called us all excited. She says, look how much more smooth my skin is. She says, my pores, the appearance has been diminished and the skin feels smoother, looks smoother, brighter. And look how it lifted my eyes. And she said, that's in 8 days. This stuff's a miracle. And so let's go on down and we'll see if we have, this is funny. This was when I was much younger. I was 71 here. And so I sprayed my right hand 4 or 5 times a day for 7 or 8 weeks and didn't spray the left hand. Look at the difference. You know what? These pictures are untouched, unfiltered, not color corrected, nothing. This is what we got. Let's go look at one more. And this is one of my favorites. This is the mother of one of our Numi family members in Nigeria. By the way, we're now in about 21 countries. And our Numi family member, Lillian, who is just an unbelievable woman, was very sick. And the doctor came, called on her and said, what are you doing with your face? And she showed our Numi skin. And she said, I spray my face with this. She said, the doctor said, can I have some for my mom? This is her mom in under 4 weeks. Look at the brightness in the skin. Look at a lot of the what appears to be inflammation is gone. Her face is tighter. I mean, she looks like she's probably about 10 years younger. And so that's what we have. We have what I believe is the world's most important supplement for what? For how you go through your day, how you go through your night. Because there's no stimulants in it, it doesn't keep you awake at night. In fact, we did a test with the Air Force where we did it with a security team at a high secure Air Force base. And they would swish before their workouts because they all had 2-hour workouts every day, 1.5 hours to 2 hours. And then they had 12-hour duty calls. And anytime they felt fatigued mentally or physically, they'd swish and it'd come right back. There's that reset button. And guess what? Every one of them, without prompting, got off their highly caffeinated stimulant drinks. They didn't need them anymore. They got through their 12-hour duty call fine. And yet, because they weren't ingesting stimulants, when bedtime came, their heads would hit the pillow and they slept better than they had in a long time. We did a similar test with truck drivers, same results. So anyway, that's what we have. I hope you'll consider joining our NUMI family. We have a lot of fun, but you know what we really have? We have a mission. And our mission is to create a legacy of better health, longer life, happier life, better performance. You know, how we perform in our day, mentally and physically, determines how we react to life. And so I hope you'll join us. And Aaron, back to you, dear brother.
Well, I hope that everybody understands that this has been an incredible opportunity for us to learn even more about this incredible product and the breakthrough science and technology that we've developed in order for us to go out to market. And everybody has to know this is going worldwide very, very quickly. We're seeing some incredible results. We continue to see incredible testimonials come through. So we're excited about it. You know, if not today, then when? At some point, you've got to make a decision when today is and when you start. And so get started with us today. Find out from the person that invited you to this call. Find out how you can get involved with them today. Find out how you can get your hands on these products. It would have been easy for Steve to go back to marketing and advertising firms and television studios to go in and do infomercials and do direct to consumer response. But the fact is that he wanted to do it direct through the people. He wanted to bring this to the people, through the people, so that people could go out and evangelize this incredible mission that we're on to help millions of people around the world. And that's our goal. That's what we're hoping to do. So folks, we hope you'll be with us. We hope you'll take an opportunity today to learn a little bit more from that person that cared about you enough to invite you to this call. For those of you that invited somebody to the call, remember, fortune's in the follow through. So follow up with those people, have a conversation, get them the information that they're looking for, videos, tools, collateral materials, whatever it is that they need to make a better informed decision than what they may have learned today. Because folks, I'm telling you, I hang up on these calls every week and I literally just think to myself, how lucky am I to be a part of this incredible company. So I hope you'll join us as well. I hope you'll be a part of this incredible movement that we're creating, and seeing all the incredible faces on this call today. I know you will. We've got some amazing, amazing leadership here at NUMI. So we're looking forward to having you with us. And by the way, folks, remember, a new you starts with NUMI. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.
Recording stopped.